Welcome. This is a practice to help to fix anger according to the first Lubavitcher Rebbe and Chassidus. First, recognize the root, which is lack of faith. The first Lubavitcher Rebbe teaches that anger arises when we forget that all is in the hands of heaven. When something upsets us, it's often because we expect reality to conform to our will rather than accepting that everything is orchestrated by God. If somebody or something insults you, or you begin to see this is because you expect the entire world to fall into place according to your expectations and your demands, you seem to have forgotten that all is in the hands of heaven. The next step that the first Lubavitcher Rebbe suggests is to follow Rabbi Yitzchak Luria to give charity each time you become angry in the sum of 151, the numerical value of Kaf Ayin Samech, which is anger, plus 1. And the next step, pray for strength. Pray to God for help in overcoming anger. Ask for the strength to remember that everything is from Him and strength to respond with calm and love. The next step is self-affirmation and celebration. Every time you overcome anger, give yourself a mental standing ovation. Yay! Recognize the strength it takes and know that God takes pleasure, great pleasure in your effort. Next step, set aside each day or night to learn some Torah. This calms the soul and helps anchor you in faith and perspective. The next step is patience as the antidote. Chassidus teaches that patience is the antidote to anger. The only legitimate object of anger is one's own inclination with others. Strive for infinite patience. So we can become angry at that evil inclination or that part of us which draws us into temporary and destructive directions that we can become angry at. Go away, or I got this, or whatever way works for you. And with other people, the opposite, strive for infinite patience. Next step, keep victories in mind. Keep your acts of overcoming anger at easy mental recall so they can help you in future moments of challenge. So let's do a meditation to rectify anger, based on the teachings of the first Lubavitcher Rebbe and Hasidic philosophy. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Slow everything down. Noticing any thoughts that are still whirling through your mind. Setting those aside. Coming back to the breath. Noticing emotions, particularly any feelings of frustration, resentment, or anger. Taking into consideration that anger at yourself is also not okay, but anger at the inclination that takes you in the wrong directions, that's okay. And that's different. Contemplate the divine providence. Begin by reflecting everything that happens to me is from God's hand. Even this moment of frustration or insult is orchestrated by Him for my ultimate good. And let's repeat quietly, everything is in the hands of heaven. Akal bidei shamayim. Everything is in the hands of heaven. Next step, acknowledge the feeling. Allow yourself to notice the anger without judgment. Where does it sit in your body? Over here, over here, over here. Wherever it sits, find it. Notice it without judgment. I feel that anger rising within me. I acknowledge it, but I do not let it control me. You could use the language of parts. I have an angry part, but that angry part does not have the maturity to make good choices. I acknowledge you, this angry part, but I'm not going to let you take over. And let's transform that angry feeling or that angry thought or that resentment. Gently remind yourself, anger comes when I forget that God is guiding every detail. I choose to remember now. Let's visualize the anger as maybe a cloud or a shape with a particular color, maybe an animal, whatever way works for you. Does it have a sound? Does anger have a smell? Does anger have a texture? Imagine God's light, God's oneness, shining through, dissolving that anger in whatever way you imagined it to be. So let's kind of breathe and visualize what that anger appears to be like, whether it's a visual or a sound or a sensation. And then imagine God's light coming and dissolving that anger or that resentment. Just like that water in the picture that comes rushing down and taking away whatever underneath it, melting it down. In the next step, speak to God in your own words, or use the words of the first Lubavitcher Rebbe. Master of the world, help me remember that you are present every moment. Give me the strength to respond with calm and faith, not anger. Master of the world, give me strength to respond with faith, calmness. Help me to take this away. Practice acceptance. And if you notice and if you realize that your anger is about something very legitimate and you need to take steps for your own safety, that is a different issue. That is something else. In that case, ask the Creator for help to take steps and reach out to people that you trust to help you stand up for your safety. Last, end with a gentle affirmation. I am growing. Each time I choose faith over anger, I bring blessing into my life. Thank you, God, for the opportunity to work on this anger, on this trait,